Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Miyuki Mile. I'm your host, Miyuki Takara. The pink-haired man broad, how's it? So yeah, it took a while, but the Miyuki Mile's finally here. Took a lot longer than I had expected. Now, today we're going to be covering a little topic called September 11th Conspiracy Theories. A little background to this one. On Tuesday, September 11th, 2001, the official accounts say 19 radical Islamics, I think it was Islamics, took 4 planes and crashed them into 3 buildings, and 1 plane went down in Pennsylvania. Over 2,000 people were killed, and people are saying that the government was involved in this. Either that or the government knew about it and failed to act. A couple years later, there was a little book that came out called the 9/11 Commission Report. The official title is The Complete Investigation, the 9/11 Report, the National Commission on Terrorist Attacks upon the United States. And this is the official investigation behind it. A lot of people say that this investigation is biased. Now, I will tell you that the investigators were appointed by then-President George Bush, who people say really wanted a mandate to go to war. So, the conspiracy theory on that one says that President Bush hired these Saudi nationals to fly some planes into those buildings. Now, by the way, the buildings that were damaged were the World Trade Centers. They completely imploded. They are no longer there. They are now part of what's called Ground Zero. The other building that was damaged was the Pentagon in Washington, D.C. Yeah, that's a detail that the conspiracy theorists, and I'm not going to call them nuts because they're just like you and me. They have an opinion on this, and I'll get in on that in just a little bit. But these people, they really don't talk about the Pentagon too much. Yet they say that the government was behind it. The first problem I have with that is the fact that if the government was behind it, why would they want to attack themselves by flying a plane into the Pentagon? Oh, and by the way, yes, there is video of a plane hitting the Pentagon. The video is grainy and really choppy, so you can't see if it's a United flight or if it's a remote control flight. But there is video of the plane hitting the Pentagon. And so nobody can say that nothing hit the Pentagon because there's video of it. So the first problem I have with that is, why would the government want to kill themselves? If they really wanted to watch this play out, wouldn't they want to survive? But anyway, that's neither here nor there. One thing I want to make very clear. There was an intelligence report that came out about 1 month before these 9/11 attacks that said within the next 6 months there is a very real possibility of a terror attack on U.S. soil. They listed off several targets, including but not limited to New York, a couple cities in California, as well as Denver, I do believe was in that intelligence report. And I do believe that that paper did make it to President Bush's desk, except he failed to act, and as a result, these Saudi nationals flew some planes into these buildings. Now, the intelligence report itself did not list Saudis or Al-Qaeda as possible belligerents. By the way, another conspiracy theory onto that one is that Al-Qaeda does not actually take responsibility for this. The supposed video that came out of Osama bin Laden talking about this was supposedly mistranslated. Now, my opinion on that one is I choose to trust the professionals. And these people are getting paid to learn several languages, including but not limited to the Saudi and Islamic languages. And if they say that, if the professionals say that Osama bin Laden takes responsibility for this act, then I believe Osama bin Laden takes responsibility for this act. It's just like going into a grocery store, asking for something that's been there for about 10 years. The clerk that's been working there for almost a decade says it's not there anymore, and you know, the professional says it's not there. So obviously it's not there. They live around that. Just like these translators live around that language. So these people that say that that video doesn't exist or that Al-Qaeda doesn't take responsibility for this, I'd like to see you learn the Saudi national language, whatever the fuck it might be. But there is one bit of evidence that I really want to delve into. That was on Flight 11. Flight 11 is the first plane that hit. I think it hit the South Tower the morning of September 11th at about 8:30 in the morning. One thing neither side brings up is that there were transmissions going on from Flight 11 from two stewardesses. I call them the heroes of September 11th. The reason I call them heroes is because it's because of them that flights were grounded. The flight that was that crash landed in Pennsylvania, from what I heard, this is just what I heard, was originally headed to the White House in Washington, D.C. The reason it turned around was because they heard that President Bush was in an elementary school in Florida. And again, another thing that I heard is that there was another flight planned, another flight hijacking planned to go to this school in Florida. However, all flights were grounded. So the reason I called these two women by their names are Betty Ong and Madeline Sweeney, heroes of 9/11, is because they communicated with the ground level as the hijacking was going on. These transmissions are public record. You can look them up if you don't believe me. Go onto YouTube and look up Madeline Sweeney or Betty Ong. Better yet, look them both up. And you will get the transmissions between Betty Ong, Madeline Sweeney, and ground level from Flight 11 as the attack was going on. They even identify the hijackers in these transmissions, and not once do I ever see a conspiracy theorist explain this. It's out there. I'd like to see it explained, and not once do I ever see anybody that believes the official account bring this up. Well, now I am. So if you're a conspiracy theorist, and again, if you have an opinion on this, you're biased. There are people out there that claim to be unbiased and look at the evidence. However, if you have an opinion on anything, you are biased. I'm biased in this opinion. I choose to believe what the professionals tell me. So, you people out there that don't believe the official account, I'd like to hear why. You know, I'd like these transmissions to be explained. And that's one part that I never hear. I never hear anything about Betty Ong or Madeline Sweeney. So you can reach me at MiyukiTalkRight85@yahoo.com, and again, I'd like to hear from the conspiracy theorists. Tell me your theories and tell me why. Provide actual evidence. I mean actual evidence. And telling me to wave my Nazi flag of oppression is not evidence. And yes, that actually did happen. Somebody told me, and this is a direct quote, there was a YouTube video out there explaining how the government was in on 9/11. And I say, okay, supply proof. The response that I got, and this was way back when I was using my now abandoned YouTube account, was, quote, Go wave your Nazi flag of oppression, you American bastard, end quote. And by the way, I looked that guy up. It turns out he's from America. So I would like to hear from you guys. MiyukiTalkRight85@yahoo.com. You can also reach me at YouTube username man named Miyuki. And yes, I will end up reading some of your comments on the air. Or as close to on the air as I can get. So again, MiyukiTalkRight85@yahoo.com. And by the way, when you contact me, no comment is out of bounds. Nothing. The only rule that I have is if you want to say it, say it. Even if it's the word fuck every other word, say it. And by the way, even if you don't contact me on these conspiracy theories, I'll still take your comments. And you know, once a week I'll go ahead and hold a random shit show, user comments random shit, and your comments will end up making that show. Unless, of course, I don't have enough to actually put on, at which point, again, it's just going to be random shit. That's not going to happen this week. This is the first week of the Miyuki Mile, and, you know, hey, what can you do? So coming up next time on the Miyuki Mile, we're going to be talking about religion and a bet that I lost. Yes, they actually tie into each other. And coming up next, we're going to be listening to Poison from Groove Covers. This is a song originally written by Alice Cooper. Really good song in its own right. And I would say that the remix, this Groove Coverage remix, is one of the very rare remixes that's better than the original song. Sorry, old-timers, I'm one of you guys. I like the old school. I like the 80s. But I'd have to say that the Groove Coverage remix is better than the Alice Cooper original. So we're going to be listening to that, and again next time, we're going to be talking about religion. That's what's coming up next. You're listening to the Miyuki Mile.
Your cruel device, your blood like ice. One look could kill my pain, your thrill. I wanna love you, but I better not touch. I wanna hold you, but my senses tell me to stop. I wanna kiss you, but I want it too much. I wanna taste you, but your lips are venomous. So hot, you're where I'm caught.